one of the things I wanted to talk about today is our meetups. Hey guys, Steve here with the AdventureRx, and this week I'm actually back east because my wife Stephanie is a flight attendant, and so every month or so we make a trip back to my mother-in-law's house in Boston, and Stephanie goes to work for a few days, and we're here, so we're kind of bi-coastal, and that's part of how we're making this living arrangement work. But that's what's happening, and we're out east for a few days, and I wanted to explain that. Maybe I'll have Stephanie come on the vlog at some point and talk a little bit about what it's like being a flight attendant and some of the benefits that you can have working in that type of a job that definitely allows you to travel and actually forces you to travel a decent amount. So in this episode, I want to talk a little bit about type 1 diabetes. Now, I've talked about the fact that I have type 1 in most of my blogs. I mentioned that I'm checking my sugar. I try to give information about that. And a big part of the reason why I've chosen to live my life the way that I do, where I have a lot of time outside and I'm traveling and I'm adventuring, is because of the fact that I have this chronic medical condition. The view does not suck. And blood sugar, 103.
What?
103.
Uh-oh.
Gonna have a little snack. And I've spent time working in an office and sitting at a desk, and even now I still have to do some of that. But I found that the more time I can spend outside and the more time I'm adventuring, typically I feel better. My blood sugar control is a lot better, and psychologically it's a lot better for me because I'm not worrying about my diabetes constantly. I'm proactively managing my blood sugar and my diet and my habits as part of the adventure, whatever it is that I'm doing on a given day. And so it really changes the context and the way I feel about having a disease like type 1 diabetes, which doesn't go away, can't be cured, and it's difficult. And I've had it for 17 years. The idea of the AdventureRx and that adventure is good for all of us is something that I think extends to everybody, whether or not you have type 1 diabetes, whether or not you're a climber. Just simply spending more time outside and living more deliberately, I believe, is good for everybody. I wanted to create meetups specifically for people who have type 1 diabetes or who use adventure specifically to help them cope with a illness of some sort. And so on March 4th, we are going to have a meetup in Joshua Tree National Park. And I hope we're going to do more of these as we're traveling around the country, because a lot of times it's hard to find opportunities to get together with people that share a similar outlook on the world or that have to deal with similar challenges as you do. And you know, there are programs available where you can pay money to go out, like guided programs, and those are all really cool, and that's not what this is. I wanted to offer meetups that were free and that were just an opportunity for people to get together and say, hey, you know what, like, I have type 1, I want to meet other people that have type 1, and that have this similar mindset of adventure being good for me and being positive. So what better way to do that than free meetups? You know, you bring your own stuff, you arrange your own lodgings. We meet up at a predetermined point, which is going to be the Boy Scout trailhead, because my hope is that we're going to go out to the North Wonderland area in Joshua Tree National Park. If you climb, you can climb out there with us. If you have your own gear and all that stuff, we're not renting or providing any of that. We're not providing instruction. Again, this is just a meetup. It's not a guided or instructional event, but it's just an opportunity for people who are like-minded and who want to experience the benefit of community and support from other people that live with this condition, and who want to just get outside and have a different context for dealing with their diabetes together in a group of other like-minded people, for all of us to get together. There's no charge, and I'm going to link a description down at the bottom of this video to the website where I talk a little bit more, give more details and more logistics. But the point is, I want to do these meetups all over the country since we're traveling. I want them to be free, and I would love to have you come on out if you're in Southern California and you can make it to Joshua Tree. That's cool. If you just like the idea and you want to come out and be part of it too, you don't have to have diabetes. I know there are people coming to this event. We have like 25 people signed up right now. We have spouses and friends and support, people who are coming out. It's not like you have to have type 1 to come to this. I think that you'll get a particular benefit if you do have type 1 or some sort of chronic illness and you can relate to the idea. But I'd love to see anybody out there who values the health and psychological and social benefits of just being outside and spending more time in the wild because it's good for all of us. So March 4th through 6th, hopefully we'll see you there. I would like to ask you for your support. Just subscribe to this channel and share it with your friends because that helps us reach a lot more people with this message.